have an interpreter, so I am going to take my time and I'm going to pace myself so she can be able to translate in Spanish. I have my colleagues here. Evelyn's in the back.
Hola, buenos días todo el mundo.
Leroy. Danny's here. Where's Danny?
Over here.
And we have Time Watch. Wait.
Holla.
So we always have a monthly meeting at Barrio, Nuestro, and I've been here before with my colleague Luz. And we always try to bring updates to the community. For individuals who can't meet us at different sites, every month we have a meeting in different sites. For the last 2 meetings we had our Barrio Nuestro and Pearson Library. We decided to come back to ASE so we can give you some of the community updates and what we're doing, where we at so far. So a few months ago, we started a block by block strategy, and we partnered up with Impact Services and ASE. The reason for this block by block strategy was to focus in 2 areas of Philadelphia: McGuire Park and McPherson Square. McPherson Square. McGuire Park. And the reason why we're doing that is so we can use the block by block strategy, incorporate the community eyes and ears, and try to decrease blight in the area. ASE and Impact has been in the community for quite a long time and have done quite a few projects. So as the city, we decided to support them on what they already doing. So again, we can decrease blight and we can organize a community to increase the quality of life amongst this opiate epidemic that we're going through. So today what we decided to do was bring up back ASE and Impact Services, because in a few meetings prior, there has been a lot of questions as to what ASE does, what Impact Services does within the community. And there's a lot of community members who know exactly who they are, but there's still some who have questions. So we just wanted to bring them together so they can explain what is their neighborhood plan that they've been focused on and their beautification projects. But before we get to ASE or Impact Service presentation, I would like to bring up my colleague Ramon Cruz. As everyone has seen in the news, this weekend we had a spike of overdoses. And he just would like to give you an update and let you know how the city and BBHDIS were able to resolve and address the issue. And he's going to talk to you a little bit about Narcan. So I present Ramon Cruz.
Thank you very much. As everybody knows, my name is Ramon Cruz. I'm from BBHIDS, Department of Behavioral Health and Intellectual Disabilities. We also have under our umbrella the Community Behavioral Health, which pays for behavioral health services under DBHIDS. This weekend, we had a major surge in overdoses. There was a substance out there that was causing all of this, and it wasn't fentanyl. And everybody hears about fentanyl being a big problem. it was a mixture of things. You know, they still trying to find out what was in this substance. This substance caused 193. The last count we had was 193 overdoses. Yes, in just 3 days. We had 95 on Friday, 70 on Saturday, and 28 on Sunday. It has calmed down a lot. We also have now a little spike in K2, which is a substance people smoke. People are getting erratic. We're trying to deal with that. DBHIDS had a rapid response to what happened in the neighborhood, and due to people having Narcan and being trained in Narcan, again, 193 people were saved. So I say that because this right here, this little thing right here, saved all those people. So we could have had almost 200 people die over the weekend if it wasn't for this and the first responders. Because first responders played a huge part this weekend, plus the people in the community. And I say that, please, the people in the community also. So I would like for people to understand or try to get the training. It is done at Prevention Point. You can go to Prevention Point or call Prevention Point and ask for Elvis Rosado. The city also has every third Wednesday of the month at 801 Market, 7th floor, they have a training. And it's free and open to the public. And it teaches you about Narcan and it teaches you how to use the Narcan. So it's very important, please, because one of those people could be your loved one. It could be your daughter, it could be your son, a mother, a father, anyone, a loved one. So please, I beg you, please, try to get this training. We're doing the best we can and trying to give people help. But again, if you don't want the help, we can't force it on you. So we really are going out doing a lot of outreach, trying to connect the people, trying to see. But we're getting a lot of people that are not from this area. We're getting a lot of people from other states. So it's very hard to connect them to treatment because they don't live in Pennsylvania or Philadelphia. So again, please try to reach out. Again, the training is done at Prevention Point under Elvis Rosado. And again, the city has it at 801 Market, the third Wednesday from 10 to 12. Thank you.
And if you're interested in the Narcan training, you can let Harry know. We actually can bring Elvis here and we can have that happen. If you're interested in getting the Narcan training. It's an hour training, hour and a half. Nowadays, the Narcan in someone's house is just like a safety kit.
It's just like having a fire extinguisher in your kitchen.
So if anyone's interested, just let Harry know and we can make that happen. You can bring Elvis here and have a training. So I'm gonna move forward and I'm gonna introduce, everyone knows Harry. He just had an amazing event this week. Asa had an amazing event. He's going to just talk about the beautification projects, and most of you, everyone have seen it because you guys have walked by A and B 30. You see in the pavements done. We were out here doing a cleanup, and they have, and you are living in a great building that is Asa's property. So he's actually going to tell you a little bit about the neighborhood plan and what are the future beautification plans.
So good afternoon, my name is Harry Tapia. I'm the Director of Operations for ASE. So give you a little background on ASE. Some of you guys live here, but you might not know the story. So we've been working in the Fairhill and St. Hugh neighborhood since 1982, so roughly about 36 years. We traditionally have developed low-income and senior housing, right? That's the way that we wanted to transform the neighborhood to make it a safer place. So that's the vehicle that we've been using, really trying to build more affordable housing, build safer and better places for our residents to take advantage of. So the Livability Academy is a new program that we came out in order to give the residents an opportunity to really work with us as we develop the neighborhood. Traditionally, it's just been us, but now we want residents to also be a part of how we are going to transform our neighborhood. So the Livability Academy is really an 8-week training that we offer to our residents in order for you to have a background on or have a background or better understanding how we use development as a form of crime prevention, crime reduction. So we look at places and we really make them safe for the community through different aspects of our sunset training. So some of the stuff that we've done, of course, we work with the city on the clown cleanup. As you guys know, it's right across from you. This is sort of the before picture. That is after, during the cleanup, and then that's actually what it looked like after. We're really going into the next phase. We really want to build a trail so that, we clean up all of the counter line, all the way from America Street, which is also getting redone, all the way down to Lehigh. We want to build a trail that you'll be able to go from Northern Liberties up to our neighborhood and back down to the river. And of course, the concept of that is to really bring other people into our neighborhood to buy in our corridors, spend money in our corridors, and of course, the more traffic that we attract here, the less likely we'll have crime in our neighborhood. And this is some of the stuff that we use, of course, is territoriality. As you can see with the cleanup that we did from A to B, we really took over that space and we greened it and made a path. So this is a way that we show people that this is our territory and that we care for our neighborhood. That way they don't commit crime on our neighborhood. Access control, of course, we fence, just like here, you can't get in here unless you belong here. So that's a way, of course, to keep not just this site, but different sites in the neighborhood. Image, we want to clean up our neighborhood. Again, if people see that we care for our neighborhood, it really keeps them from dumping in our neighborhood and creating more life. Natural surveillance, again, the reason we want to build a trail is we want more people to frequent our neighborhood. The more people that come to our neighborhood, the less likely that crimes will occur if regular citizens are actually walking our neighborhood and using it for the right purpose. Connectivity, again, we want to connect all the services that the city has to offer with all of the residents that we have in our neighborhoods. That's why we work with different agencies and different partners in order to bring as many programs into our neighborhoods. And social cohesion, as Amani mentioned, again, we just had our annual fiesta at 4th and Lehigh. So again, the more positive views we bring into our neighborhood, it really is a way to reduce the crime and really the way to turn our neighborhood around. So this was a flyer of our last Livability Academy. It happened last May through June. We had 25 residents that came through, participated in the program, and they're now working on their projects. Their projects include beautification, which is what we see on between A and B Street. The other one, they want to work with actual addicts that are on the bridge. That one's taken a little bit because they wanted to concentrate on encampment under Kensington in the school. So they're redoing their project to tackle another aspect. And the other one, it's really working with children in schools. We want to better the communication between students and teachers as a result of all the shootings that's been happening. So these are just some of the general terms. Again, it's 8 weeks, and we talk about all the terms that we just talked about. We have different consultants that come out and teach some of the projects. Another big project that we have coming up is our Casa Indiana project. That's going to be located on 2nd in Indiana. It's going to be senior housing just like this one. So we're taking an old vacant lot and we're making more housing for some of the seniors that we have in our neighborhood. So the trail that we want to build is really to connect all of the assets that we have in our neighborhood. So it really passes through here, which is our Somerset Senior Living Facility. It passes through Casa Indiana, and then it's going to end at American Street, which is getting completely redone all the way from Girard up to it. Any questions? All right. Thank you. Yes.
What are they doing, people that work the tracks, that they moved under the I know they cleared it up, but now they're going over more to Frankfurt Avenue and the other small street. So what are you gonna do with those people?
Yeah. So the mayor's going.
Okay, so as you know, there was 2 bridges that were cleaned, and they were tapped into the road. There was a strategy for that, and the strategy to address that. And now the other 2 bridges, before the end of the year, they'll be addressed as well. Now, to your question, we are working as we had a coordinated effort with streets, with the police, and with the managing director's office. We have a bi-weekly meeting, and everyone from the commissioner to the deputy commissioner represents each department. And we're right now looking at addressing it in case by case. Case by case, because everything is really different in a really different scenario. So when we get together and we know what areas they are, that's how we strategize how to move forward. Now, or another aspect, because I know you want more detail, we can give you more detail, but this I can tell you, is that this is not going to end tomorrow.
But I understand that, but how come nobody thought about I understand about cleaning the track. Because it was dangerous and there was a lot of bodies down there. I can understand cleaning, but how come no one decided in City Hall or in the community area, all the leaders decided to think about ahead, when they move these people, where are they going to go to?
So it's.
I mean, they destroyed that whole area, clean up everything. And they, now, I see people, because I work in the library.
Yeah.
With the senior citizens, senior citizens. But I see these people like today and yesterday. And then on Saturday, Sterling had to come in because they had overdoses in the park. Today he went out and rescued 2 people. Yesterday he did 4. I mean, why do we have to do this when the city should have had places for these things? Because you got a lot of warehouse buildings around here that are vacant. Why couldn't they take a building, renovate it, so these people can go to it? I mean, I understand what they did with the storefront. It used to be the secondhand.
Oh, you're talking about the respite?
Respite.
Right, now, I passed by, the first day they opened it up, they had 35 beds, but this is the middle of winter. They only had three people to go in. I stopped in there, I found out, I said, how come? I said, they don't want to come in. Because they can't bring the dogs, they can't bring other stuff, they can't bring cards.
Well, now it's a low barrier, which means that if they do have dogs, and they do have pets, and that's the only way we can get them in, they're accepting the dogs and they're accepting the pets. So it now is, we're doing a low barrier entrance. So if they will pay accepting help. And they have a pet, they have a partner, female partner, we're accepting whatever they come with. It's like, come in, we're accepting you the way it is. So that's called a low barrier. I can't answer what the previous administration did, or because I wasn't here, but we're not the only zip code. This is an epidemic. It's countrywide.
This is countrywide, and we cannot wait until the conditions are perfect. We couldn't wait to renovate a huge warehouse to start tackling the problem, right? Because our residents are the ones that suffer. Conroe has been that way for 30 years. I think we've waited enough. I think the people of this neighborhood on this side has waited long enough. The problem is that this epidemic is growing as we started to clean up. So you have more addicts, more people that are addicted. So that's why you see more. It's just because the problem is continuing to get bigger. It's not because we closed the Conrail lines, it's that we see more addicts
And it's
out.
possible
I
that
understand that as well, but 85% of the addicts that come down to the library, they're not here. They're not from Philly.
they're out of county. We understand that.
Yeah.
We see that, and Ramon is here. Ramon works for the age, and he sees it every day.
I see people coming last year. This young man right over there. We saw people coming into the park, 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, undressing, getting shooting up in the middle of the park with kids. I mean,
We understand your frustration because we're frustrated as well. We
yes,
understand your frustration.
but nothing with the police department, but today there were 6 cops around one movement, then none of them would help. Sterling had to come in and tell them, and an assistant of one of the librarians had to come in and help the person. But if a young man is smoking a weed, he gets arrested, and he gets a record for the rest of his life. But now you can shoot up in the middle of the street, the cops can't do nothing. Do you think that makes sense?
We understand your frustration. I can't answer other questions right now. I apologize. We can have an offline conversation if you want to. But if
Name's Sergeant Bales. I work for the East Saint Grid. I cover both 24th and 25th District. As you can tell by my uniform, I'm in charge of all the bicycles that you see out there on patrol. Kensington Avenue, as far west as 2nd Street. Okay, Lehigh Avenue, up to Tioga. Cover a rather large grid. Okay, and I'll just run some numbers by you now, so you have an idea what's going on. 25th side, I have those numbers. All right. We have 1 homicide by handgun, 400 West Venango. 2 shooting victims at 200 West Ontario on June 2nd. 1 shooting victim, 200 West Ontario on June 8th. 2 shooting victims at 3100 North Front Street on June 14th. 1 shooting victim at 3200 8th Street on June 27th. A shooting victim at 600 East Ontario on June 28th. Our totals for the month of June, just in this area, are 24 aggravated assaults, 14 robberies, 10 burglaries, 35 thefts. This resulted in 131 arrests in the area just for the month. For the district of the 25th, there's also, for the month of June, 35 firearms seized. Okay? In regards to the 24th district and the grid itself, I just wanted to pass along some information on behalf of the inspector, Ray Convery. Most of the bikes that you see out here, a majority of them are new police officers. They come out here during their training. Okay? That is actually coming to an end. And we are actually transitioning to bringing full-time veteran officers in to replace that delegation of rookie officers. So going forward, you won't be losing any police presence whatsoever. You're only gaining veteran experience from here on out. So we're adding a total of 15 veteran officers into the squad. Okay, so they'll still remain on bike. We'll still have 1 or 2 vehicles assigned to us, but a majority of us are all on bike patrol, covering the areas, but we will now have strictly veterans. No more rookies. There's no more kind of quick training for them here because they're learning very quickly. Another bit of information. We just had a big job at Kipping Cambria, just on the other side of the bridge, just a few days ago. Resulted in a very large seizure of narcotics and guns. For July stats going further, you'll see that at the next meeting. That was like in 2 hours, 8 guns were off the street, which was a pretty big deal for us. But just wanted to keep you advised of just changes within our squad that are going to be happening here for the community. Question?
Why are the rookies being removed and why not keep them there in addition to the veterans to increase police surveillance, especially in that area of Kip and Canberra, which that is in desperate need of
Right.
surveillance?
Unfortunately, when it comes to just adding veterans with the rookies we have, that then thins what we have for patrol itself. And patrol always is the first to suffer when it comes to any type of change like promotions or transfers or anything like that. So if we took veterans out of patrol, what would happen with your daily, everyday response and regular police patrol in your vehicles throughout the neighborhood would go down drastically. The amount of numbers you would have on the street would be kind of tough to conduct patrol. Sorry.
Comparing numbers between L stops from Somerset to Burke Street, crime statistics.
As far as the actual numbers with that go, it's technically varying. We did lose with the clean out of Kensington and Somerset, or excuse me, Kensington and Lehigh was a big help for us. Unfortunately, that did cause a spike over on Emerald Street for a little bit. We did have one shooting out there within the past month. That individual, or I should say a person of interest, was taken into custody for that job.
I understand that you're talking about different areas, but from here to Somerset to different areas, comparing the crime rate, guns and that from, say, Burke Street, L stop, which is pretty much quiet, but
Yeah, as far as the amount of crime we're having, I can't put an exact number on what we're doing right now. It's kind of still a little bit of flux, only because of the cleanouts that we're doing have resulted in a little bit of a downtick in our drug arrests. Our overdoses are still kind of through the roof, sadly. Bad batch that we were just talking about earlier came out over the weekend. We were getting slammed with it nonstop. Kensington and Allegheny area, to be exact, it's like our big problem area. McPherson is blowing back up again because of, one, the clean out of Kensington and Allegheny. Two, there was fear for those people that were residing under the trestles there at Emerald Street after the shooting. Everybody started coming west again, and they're trying to take a little bit of refuge back in McPherson. So now we have to catch up to kind of hold our ground here at McPherson, because the summertime's here and the kids are out of school and the programs are starting. We gotta keep it back in shape for them, because I felt like, from just my personal observation, we did a good job once that we kind of got McPherson under control for a little while, but it is starting to pick back up again. We have taken notice to it. Sorry.
I understand. But really, the reason the numbers are important, because then you can figure out if you're going to one restaurant here, say a pizza restaurant, and you're having people going in there to the bathrooms and ODing like it always happens up here at the pizzeria under K&A, compare that to one down further and the crimes that are going, the rate of crime. It'll give us more of an idea of where the spike in the different
I can run that by
areas.
with the inspector as far as kind of like a block by block comparison as to what we're seeing, say, for like those closest to the encampments under the trestles versus where we've already cleaned out.
Right.
Those are new numbers that they're going to have to figure out through Rich Pryor, who does a lot of our numbers for us. But that's something that they're going to have to look at to see how much of a change we're seeing. Again, as long as we keep getting these bad batches, so we're going to keep running into problems. So we're doing the best we can with that. Thank you.
I would like to turn it over to Patricia Cordona from Impact Services. Impact Services has been in the community for a lot of years, and just recently, well not recently, more than recently, right? They have over 40 play streets, and they partnered up with the city to have a play street on McPherson. It started last year, and it continues this year. And we also have her staff who are, she's not here today, but she's amazing, Juliana. It's amazing, a part of the play streets. And they also were a big help when we did the Barrio cleaning. And they have a wonderful neighborhood plan, 10-year plan, and beautification projects that Patricia will speak about now. So see if Patricia's ready.
Yes, I'm sorry. If it's okay, I can do the translation. Maybe it'll be a little bit simpler that way. Mi nombre es Patricia Codina, trabajo para IVA. Y solo quería decir una cosa más. Y que nosotros hemos visto cómo la ciudad está respondiendo a esta crisis. Y hay que darle bastante crédito porque lo que está pasando es que el problema está creciendo más rápido de lo que la ciudad puede responder. Por ejemplo, la última limpieza que se hizo de los puentes no se hizo hasta que no tuvieron suficientes camas para poder trasladar a todos los que estaban debajo de los puentes. Y eso tomó tiempo, ¿no es cierto? Pero para cuando ya finalmente se logró, habían 100 personas más, ¿no? Este problema sigue creciendo desgraciadamente y la ciudad está realmente tratando con los recursos que tiene de mejorar la situación. Pero en verano estamos viendo que el problema ha explotado en Allegheny, ha explotado en Kensington, en los parques, en McPherson, y es un poco la naturaleza del problema, ¿no? A veces nos parece que no están respondiendo, pero la verdad es que sí, están movilizando todos los recursos que tienen para abrir camas, para abrir sitios en los hospitales, para movilizar más policías en el 24. Están haciendo la verdad bastante, solo que este problema sigue creciendo todavía. Todavía no hemos logrado llegar a un punto de equilibrio. I just wanted to add that really there is a lot of frustration, but I wanted to give the city a lot of credit because they have been trying to respond to this crisis in a very comprehensive way. For example, the cleanup of Gurney Street to begin with, it took a long time to plan and it wasn't carried out until there were resources enough to care for the people that were going to be there. The cleanup under the bridges didn't happen until they had enough beds and a shelter to translate all those people that were being translated. I think what we're seeing is that this problem is still growing and it's growing faster than the research that says that the city or that everybody is able to devote to this. And sadly, we're not at the tipping point yet, but I do, like I said, want to give the city a lot of props because they are trying to do this in a comprehensive, humane way. It's not just about removing people from the streets, but it's about taking a comprehensive look at what the problem is. And that's actually a really good segue to our neighborhood plan. So like I said, I work for Impact Services, y esa es una buena introducción para nuestro plan para el barrio. Como dije, yo trabajo para Impact Services. Impact Services estamos trabajando en Kensington desde 1974 y tenemos diferentes programas. Básicamente somos mejor conocidos por nuestros programas de vivienda para veteranos. Damos vivienda para veteranos que están en la calle o tienen problemas de adicción. También tenemos programas para conseguir trabajo. Si usted está buscando empleo, o para personas que están saliendo de prisión buscando empleo, tenemos servicios para ellos. Y tenemos nuestro departamento de desarrollo comunitario y desarrollo económico. Manejamos el corredor comercial de Kensington y el corredor comercial de Aramingo. No sé si han ido por allá, las haciendas grandes de Aramingo, y nosotros ayudamos a manejar ese proyecto. Y en nuestro trabajo con la comunidad tenemos un plan de desarrollo que inauguramos en el otoño pasado. Quería hablaros un poquito de qué está dentro de nuestro plan. So, I work for Impact Services. We have been around since 1974. We are best known for our workforce development programs and also for our housing housing for homeless veterans dealing with addiction. And we also have a community economic development program. We manage the Aramingo Bid. I don't know if people are familiar with the Aramingo Bid and go shopping there. We also manage the K&A commercial corridor. And in our community development work, we spent a year, a little over a year, creating a neighborhood plan for what we call the heart of Kensington. And that's what I wanted to talk about a little bit today. And we started off, how do we come up with a plan for Kensington when all of these things are happening? When, you know, you have people shooting up in the parks, when we have these homeless encampments, like what do we do from, we're just a little CDC, we're not the government, we're not the police, we're not, you know, the Justice Department. So how do we deal with this from our perspective? And we talked about this for a long time, and I'll explain a little bit about what our process was. So, bueno, nosotros, esta es una muy buena manera, nosotros estamos pensando, ¿cuál va a ser nuestro plan para Kensington? ¿Cómo abordamos este problema? Cuando tenemos a personas en los parques que se están inyectando, cuando tenemos los campamentos, cuando tenemos estos problemas de crimen en el barrio, ¿cómo lo afrontamos? Si somos solo una organización chiquita, no somos el gobierno, no somos el Departamento de Justicia, ¿cómo hacemos eso? Y en el proceso llegamos a la conclusión de que lo que había que hacer era traer todo lo que hagamos en este plan tiene el propósito de ayudar a los individuos, a personas que estén lidiando con esta situación, ayudar a familias que estén lidiando con estas situaciones y a tratar de fortalecer los lazos de la comunidad. Todos nuestros proyectos hacen alguna de estas prácticas. So from the perspective of a small nonprofit working here, we decided that all of whatever we came up with in this plan would try to strengthen and promote resilience, either at the personal level, helping people deal with whatever issues they were dealing with the situations in the neighborhood, whether it was families dealing with these issues, or strengthening the ties between communities. So whatever we came up with in the plan would address these things. And how do we build community resilience? By diminishing isolation and creating connections, bringing resources and connections with people. ¿Cómo logramos esa resiliencia? Que es cómo regresa uno de un trauma. Vamos a tener menos aislamiento y más conexión. Conexión a recursos, conexiones entre personas, conexiones entre instituciones. Comenzamos nuestro proceso en el verano del 2016. We started our process in January and summer of 2016. And our whole process took 16 months. We developed a framework for our plan. We did data collection, analyzing what were the conditions in the neighborhood. We did some research, what is the history of the neighborhood. We surveyed physical conditions, where are some of the problem areas. And we did a lot of community outreach. We had 53 members in our steering committee, 33 different organizations working in the neighborhood were a part of it, including ASE, by the way, including Town Watch, including the Managing Director's office, including the Councilwoman's office, a lot of people represented in this room. We had 10 interviews with people who work in the neighborhood and who had success stories. We had 2 public meetings. We had 2 focus groups with persons in recovery and with teenagers to really capture their points of view. We conducted 362 surveys door to door, and we made 6 presentations at civic group meetings. We took our plan to the neighborhoods where people were already meeting. We took it to PICA meetings, we took it to Harrogate Civic Association, K&A Business Association. Esta habla un poco de nuestro proceso. Nos tomó 16 meses lograr este plan. Desde analizar la data, qué es lo que está pasando en el barrio, cuál es la historia del barrio, cuáles son las condiciones físicas, dónde hay problemas, y hablar mucho con la comunidad. Teníamos un comité que lo guía. Y ese comité eran 53 personas, 33 organizaciones estaban representadas desde ACE, el Managing Director's Office, la oficina de la concejal, la policía, diferentes organizaciones. Tuvimos dos entrevistas con expertos en diferentes áreas, tuvimos reuniones públicas, tuvimos dos focus groups, grupos más pequeños con personas en recuperación y con personas jóvenes para capturar también sus opiniones. Y hicimos 362 encuestas y presentaciones en los diferentes grupos que se reúnen en el. So we came up with these different areas that we were going to tackle: public health, education, economic development, housing, and community. These were our main areas of focus. Y determinamos que estas eran las 5 áreas en las que íbamos a trabajar: salud pública y seguridad, educación, desarrollo económico, vivienda y comunidad. Y íbamos a tener para cada una de esas una visión. Dentro de esa visión habían ciertas metas que queríamos cumplir y de acuerdo a las metas, ciertas estrategias para cumplir esas metas. So this is kind of how we structured our plan: the vision, goals to accomplish that vision, and strategies that would help us accomplish these goals. And that's how we organized our plan. Y la idea es que algún cambio en cualquiera de estas zonas diferentes logra cambios en toda la comunidad. Que si bien son partes aisladas, logran un cambio global. So the idea is that any change in these areas would affect changes in other areas as well, so it would be a comprehensive change. And this describes really how we're not working in isolation. ACE is here somewhere, Hispanic Counseling is here, the police department is here, McPherson is here. These are all, it takes a village, as they say. We're not working in isolation and we're not working alone. Y esto es un poco un gráfico mostrando cómo son muchísimos que estamos trabajando en Nuesto y cómo podemos trabajar juntos para no estar aislados. No estamos aislados, no estamos trabajando en un sitio vacío, sino más bien un sitio lleno con muchos recursos. ¿Cómo podemos juntarnos todos para lograr este cambio que queremos? So our vision is that the heart of Kensington is a safe, healthy, and clean community where neighbors feel connected to one another and take shared responsibility for the neighborhood. They feel empowered to make change in their environment, and they envision a positive future for themselves and their children. Not a small one. So nuestra visión era un Kensington que es seguro, saludable, limpio, donde los vecinos se sienten conectados los unos a los otros, donde todos toman responsabilidad por su barrio y sienten que pueden hacer un cambio, que no sentirse como que ¿qué vamos a hacer con este problema tan grande? ¿No? Vamos a lograr sentir que podemos hacer un cambio y poder ver un futuro positivo para nosotros y nuestros hijos. Y bueno, para lograr eso, en cada una de estas áreas hay visiones más pequeñas. And to achieve this, we have goals in each of the following areas. I won't go into all the details because it's too long. No voy a entrar en detalle porque si no vamos a necesitar toda la Fueron 16 meses de trabajo, fue mucho. So, as you saw, it was 16 months of work. It was a lot of work that was put into this. But not only did we identify these areas that we were going to work in, we also recognized there are very distinct areas in the neighborhood that are actually quite different from one another, and that probably require different sorts of interventions. Pero también descubrimos que no solo había estas 5 áreas donde había que trabajar, pero también había zonas específicas que tenían características diferentes, las cuales había que hacer estrategias diferentes, dependiendo de cuáles eran las necesidades de cada zona. Y encontramos 5 zonas. Esta zona de Harrogate y Tioga, KNA, que es el corredor comercial, McPherson, que es nuestro corazón, Indiana Avenue y Hope Park. Si ustedes conocen esa zona, cada zona tiene problemas bastante distintos. So the 5 areas the focus zones, we call them, is Harrogate, K&A, McPherson, which is kind of at the heart of our area, Indiana Avenue, and then Hope Park. And each of these, if you know the area, have pretty distinct challenges and strengths. So, for example, around Hope Park, one of the biggest projects around Hope Park is the redevelopment of this large building. Uno de los proyectos más grandes alrededor de Hope Park es el desarrollo de este edificio enorme, que hay algunas fotos. Es este edificio que ahora está abandonado y que es de propiedad de Impact, y estamos ya desde hace un par de años encontrando la manera de financiar para desarrollarlo como vivienda económica y espacio comercial. So this is our big anchor project, which would be affordable housing and commercial space.
That's even doing construction on it right now.
Right, so we have actually some initial projects going on there, which have to do, since this is a huge building, what we're doing now is trying to stabilize the outside. And Jasmine actually here is working, doing all of our community engagement and organizing around creating a plaza, opening up a big gym space that will be available for community events once it's ready. Actually, one more. No, it's not there. Anyway, I don't have any pictures of that, but we punched out the windows, and it'll be an activated space. So you have some art and lighting, and we're also working with ASA's commercial corridor to join forces for that area. Como este es un proyecto muy grande, lo que el señor nos estaba diciendo es que ha visto que hay trabajo que se está haciendo en ese local. Estamos haciendo unos proyectos iniciales para tratar de estabilizar esa zona. Como este gran edificio va a demorar, por ahora lo que estamos haciendo es activar un gimnasio que hay en esa zona y va a estar abierto para toda la comunidad, para eventos, si es que lo quisieran. Va a haber una pequeña plaza en Front y Tusculum. Y esa plaza también va a estar abierta, bueno, va a estar cerrada, pero vamos a abrirla cuando hayan eventos para tratar de activar esa zona. Y estamos trabajando con el proveedor comercial de Front Street. En este espacio vacío lo hemos limpiado y hemos puesto pasto, y el plan para futuro es así como tiene al otro lado la pista. Nosotros vamos a tener un lugar para caminar también, que de alguna manera va a conectar. So on our side, where ASE has the trail, we did some greening, we removed the Jersey barriers, and we're maintaining the area on the other side of the tracks. That's our biggest project for that area. So for McPherson Square, the main projects for this area are to coordinate. There's McPherson is a neat site, so there's some projects coming for the stabilization of both the library and the park, some rainwater management, and really collaborate with all of the entities that are working around McPherson. Para McPherson hay varios proyectos que la ciudad va a financiar, y estamos tratando de coordinar esas inversiones, tanto para la biblioteca como para el parque. Y una cosa más alrededor de McPherson, estamos trabajando muy de cerca con la ciudad para tratar de estabilizar esa zona, tanto en lo que es basura, lotes vacíos, y trabajar con los vecinos para tratar de involucrarlos un poco más. Clay streets que ya So we're working closely with the city on stabilization around McPherson Square and around those blocks, both in quality of life issues, vacant lot management, and activation of, for example, the clay streets. So for the commercial corridor, one of the biggest projects we've been working on is the Reimagine Kensington Challenge, which is going to bring 10 new businesses to the corridor, which is going to completely change the face of the corridor. Hopefully that will bring some new development. Uno de los proyectos más importantes en el corredor es que vamos a traer a 10 nuevos comercios al corredor, desde restaurantes hasta cafeterías, que va a empezar a cambiar un poco la dinámica en el corredor. área es la área de Harrogate. El proyecto más importante aquí es trabajar con Shift Capital, que tiene muchas inversiones en esta zona para mejorar los espacios que tienen y trabajar con la ciudad para volver la calle East High Street, verde. So the two main projects in the Harrogate area is working with Shift Capital, the local developer, on the investments that they're putting on the corridor, and working with the water department for greening of High Street. And we're also working with engagement around Harrogate Park, working with Friends of Harrogate Park and investments on at Scanner. En Harrogate estamos trabajando con el grupo Amigos de Harrogate para poner más actividades en el parque y algunas inversiones en el parque de Scanner. Luego en Indiana Avenue tenemos el proyecto con la ciudad de volver a ser un corredor verde para conectar McPherson, Kissy, Hope y luego nuestro edificio que vimos en el año anterior. So for Indiana Avenue, it's really coordinating with the city, the plan to make it a green corridor that would connect McPherson Park with Kissy Park, Hope Park, and finally that big development, that big building that we saw. And that is in a nutshell what our plan is. Y ese es más o menos nuestro proyecto más importante de nuestro plan. Y si alguien tiene alguna pregunta. Si alguien quiere ver más, el plan está en nuestra página web. The plan is on our website if anybody wants to look at it and look at our pre-pictures.
So the purpose of this meeting tonight was, despite the opiate epidemic we're going through and all the negativity, we wanted to bring light to your community and show you what Impact Services is doing, their wonderful work for our community, and the wonderful work us is also doing. The beautification project, which you guys are already witnessing around, and we just wanted you to know what their neighborhood plans are and what they're bringing to the community in the future. And again, the city is supporting their neighborhood plans because this is their neighborhood plans. We're just there to fill the gaps and give you support along with other elected officials. And thank you for coming out tonight. Our next Barrio meeting will be August 24th. The location has not been determined or the topic of our next meeting. But again, if you want more information on what ASA is doing and what Impact Service is doing in the community, we welcome you to join our community cleanups, our community events. We're having a community cleanup for McGuire Park on July 28th, along with CLIP, with ASE, Parks and Recs, Impact Services, and a couple of other individuals, especially the Lighthouse. We partner up with all these individuals to go into McGuire Park and do a cleanup. And then we're going to have other cleanups. Our next cleanup will be August 18th in New Kensington. We're going to do the windows and doors, and it's about approximately 6 blocks that we're going to work on, and it's going to be a 2-day project. So get involved, see what these CDCs are doing, their wonderful work, and if you want to have more information when you can come out, just go on the website. Thank you for coming out. Have a good night.